Kraven the Hunter is the sixth and probably final movie in Sony's Spider-Man universe. This movie essentially marks the end of Sony's attempt to create a Spider-Verse without Spider-Man. However, you never know when Sony might change their mind and return. The universe is gone, and they've ruined potential characters for Marvel. Anyway, let's get back to the Kraven the Hunter movie. Personally, I liked Kraven the Hunter as an action and character origin movie. The movie's story is much better than Madame Web and Morbius. But please watch the movie yourself and let me know in the comments what you think. Give your own rating and decide if Kraven the Hunter was really as bad as people say. Before we start the video, please click the like button. So let's start explaining Kraven the Hunter without further ado. Hello everyone, welcome to Galactus Anime. At the beginning we see some prisoners being taken to a Russian jail in a car. In the jail we see the hero of our movie, Kraven. But we'll find out soon why Kraven is in this Russian jail and how he got there. By the way, we've seen this actor as a superhero before in Avengers Age of Ultron. Can you tell me the name of that character? And what powers did he have? If you know, let me know in the comments. Only hardcore Marvel fans might know. Anyway, back to the movie. Kraven is placed in a cell where another prisoner is already there. The prisoner tells Kraven he doesn't like his new roommate. Then Kraven says he's only here for 3 days and then he'll escape. Kraven gets into a fight with a few people there. Then on the third day, the main leader of the prisoners, Semyon Chorny, a powerful gangster, calls Kraven. Semyon asks Kraven if he knows him. Kraven then recites Semyon Chorny's bio. Chorny is the leader of a gang called Kuran. They traffic weapons. Their weapons cause the deaths of thousands of people around the world, including children and women. Chorny asks who he is and who sent him. Kraven says he's a hunter. Chorny says hunters are just a myth, not real. Then Kraven says his name is Kraven the Hunter. And after this, no one will be alive to tell anyone about him. Then Kraven takes out a tiger's tooth and kills Chorny's men first. Then he kills Chorny. Every myth has some truth. Then Kraven starts to break out of jail. After getting far from the jail, one of Kraven's associates rescues him in a plane. This is how Kraven escapes from a heavily guarded Russian jail. The guards find a dead prisoner the next day with a tattoo like Kraven's on his neck, so they assume it's Kraven who died. Then we see a flashback from 16 years ago. Sergei Kravenov, meaning Kraven, and his younger brother Dmitri were studying at St. Michael's Academy in upstate New York. One day their father, Nikolai, comes to pick them up from school. Nikolai is also a crime lord, a gangster. Nikolai tells his two sons that their mother died by suicide. Their mother was weak and mentally disturbed. Nikolai had kept their mother away from them for 2 years. They think they're going to their mother's funeral, but their father says those who commit suicide don't have funerals. They're going lion hunting now. But Nikolai doesn't hunt ordinary lions. He only hunts a type of lion from the Tsar era that is very powerful. And there's a Marvel story about this Tsar lion too. Anyway, we're not going there. They leave for Ghana to hunt. In Ghana, we see a girl named Calypso. Her granny is a powerful astrologer or witch doctor. She gives Calypso a bottle of medicine, a type of serum. It's their family tradition. If this serum is given to an injured person, they'll recover quickly. They believe that if they take this serum, a spirit named Papa Legba helps from another world. Granny tells Calypso that she'll need this serum very soon. Calypso's parents don't like her granny's work, so she hides the serums. Meanwhile, Nikolai takes his two sons, Serge and Dmitri, hunting. Another hunter, Alexei Sitsevich, offers Nikolai to be his business partner. Alexei had a breathing problem, so he got tired easily. Nikolai insults Alexei by saying what can a weak breathing patient give him. On the other hand, Sergei and Dmitri fall behind, and then the Tsar lion comes in front of them. Sergei tells Dmitri to hide behind him to save him. Sergei aims his gun at the lion, but Sergei and the lion feel a strange connection. Then Sergei lowers his gun, but their father, Nikolai, shoots at the lion. Then the lion jumps and bites Sergei. Although his father shoots many bullets, the lion takes Sergei away in his mouth. Meanwhile, Calypso was there with her parents. Feeling something, Calypso sneaks away from her parents and goes to the jungle. There she sees the lion and Sergei in front of her. The lion looks at Calypso and turns Sergei over, as if telling her to save Sergei. Then a drop of blood from the lion's wound falls on Sergei's wound. The lion leaves, and then Calypso goes to Sergei. Seeing him dying, Calypso takes out the serum given by her granny and gives some to Sergei. Something mysterious happens. Granny's voice echoes, "Give him the power of the earth." Then Calypso screams for help. The rescue team takes Sergei to the hospital in a helicopter. But before that, Calypso puts the bottle of serum and a card in Sergei's pocket. After trying a lot at the hospital, the doctors declare Sergei dead. They were writing Sergei's death certificate. Suddenly, Sergei wakes up after seeing the lion and the spirit Papa Legba. Sergei's heartbeat starts again. The nurse says it's a miracle. Sergei was dead for 3 minutes. After returning home, Sergei finds a letter written by his mother. His mother wrote that she didn't leave her children willingly. Their father left her no choice. She doesn't want Sergei to become like his father, to follow his father's path. Then Sergei's father, Nikolai, calls Sergei and says that one day Sergei will have to take over his business. For this, he has to be strong. If he's weak, their enemies will attack. America might be making Sergei weak. So Dmitry will go back to school, but Sergei will stay here in London. Then Nikolai shows Sergei the head of the Tsar lion that bit Sergei. Nikolai did this to make his sons mentally strong. Seeing this, Sergei gets angry and says the lion should have killed Nikolai. Sergei leaves his father. At night, Sergei packs his passport and other papers. Then he sees the serum and card given by Calypso in the drawer and takes them with him. He goes out to escape at night. While going out, Sergei meets his younger brother Dmitry. They love each other very much. Sergei tells Dmitry that he'll stay where their mother used to take them. Dmitry cries and says goodbye to Sergei. Before leaving, Sergei says he'll come back. Then Sergei travels by ship from England to Russia far away. In Russia, there's a big forest-like place that's Sergei's mother's property. It's basically an animal sanctuary, a place where animals are brought and kept safe. A herd of buffalo passes by Sergei. But one buffalo doesn't attack Sergei. One buffalo looks at Sergei for a long time and then leaves. Sergei wanders around for a while and spends the night there. The next day, Sergei hears gunshots nearby. He climbs a tree to see, and then Sergei's eye color changes to the color of a lion's eye. From a long distance, Sergei sees some people hunting buffalo, zoomed in like animals. He can also hear their conversation, which is not possible for ordinary people. This means that what happened to Sergei has given him animalistic superpowers. Sergei goes there and sees 2 hunters killing buffalo and cutting off their horns. Seeing the dead buffalo makes Sergei very angry. This is his home and someone is hunting animals here. He feels a connection with the animals. The 2 hunters aim their guns at Sergei. Then Sergei attacks them and kills the 2 hunters. Then the present story starts again. Sergei has returned to his home sanctuary by plane after killing the gangster Chorny in the Russian jail. Then Sergei gets a call. Sergei's father tells Sergei that he's ashamed of what he did. He misses Sergei, and Sergei should come home. But no, it's not his father. It's Sergei's younger brother Dmitry. He's an expert at imitating other people's voices. He's joking with Sergei. Dmitry then tells Sergei to come to his birthday. Then one day, Sergei sees some hunters again killing buffalo and cutting off their horns. Sergei stops their car and asks why they kill the buffalo just for their horns. Then their leader says, they do it because they can, they have the power. Hearing this, Kraven shows his power. Kraven attacks and kills everyone in the horn-filled truck one by one, and in this opportunity their leader escapes. But Kraven takes note of the car's number. Then the leader returns to London's Docklands. He comes to his boss, Mr. Taglin, and says, that guy suddenly attacked from somewhere, but he managed everything. Then when the chair turns, he sees Kraven sitting there with a bow in his hand. Kraven has already killed Taglin. Kraven found a diary there with the names of everyone involved in drug and weapon trafficking. Kraven asks the man his name, and he says his name is Andrew Lavin. As soon as Kraven finds the name on the list, he kills Andrew. Then he crosses Andrew's name off the list. Then we see Calypso. Calypso is now a lawyer. Her mentor and friend Samantha fought a case against Semyon Chorny. So Chorny attacked and killed Samantha in broad daylight. After Samantha's funeral, Kraven meets Calypso. Calypso doesn't recognize Kraven, but when Kraven shows her the card given by Calypso during his accident, Calypso recognizes Kraven. Kraven expresses his condolences for the death of her friend Samantha and says he killed Chorny to thank Calypso. Calypso returns home and sees on the news that Chorny is indeed dead, and a hunter killed Chorny with a tiger's tooth. Then they meet again. They get to know each other. Then Kraven tells Calypso that he has a list with the names of all the criminals. Kraven will kill everyone on the list. Calypso works for a big law firm. She can get information about those criminals and help Kraven. Calypso, being a lawyer, also wants to punish criminals. So Kraven asks Calypso to join hands with him. Calypso says she'll think about it and let him know. Then we see Alexei, whom Nikolai insulted because of his breathing problem. Here, Alexei is carrying a bag on his back for some reason. The reason behind this will be revealed soon. Then Alexei's secretary tells Alexei that a hunter has killed Semyon Chorny inside the jail. And he has a list, and anyone whose name appears on that list is sure to die. Alexei asks to find out about that hunter. And since Chorny is no longer there, Alexei wants to take over Chorny's business, so he holds a meeting with Chorny's main 3 people. Alexei tells them that he wants to take over Chorny's business. He'll make a deal with the one who agrees to the lowest percentage. Then one of them says Alexei is now called Rhino. Another one laughs and says he doesn't look like a rhino. Then Alexei opens a pipe connected to his body from his bag. Then slowly, Alexei's skin starts to become heavy like a rhino's. Seeing this, one of them shoots Rhino out of fear, but nothing happens to Rhino. Rhino connects his pipe again and becomes normal. Then, out of fear, one of them kills the others and makes a deal with Alexei. Then Chorny's man goes to Nikolai with the same deal. Then Nikolai was in Dimitri's club. Dimitri was imitating the voices of different singers and singing. Then suddenly, Chorny's man, who had already made a deal with Rhino, tells Nikolai that Rhino has sent him a gift. Then gunfire starts there. Dimitri hides under the piano out of fear. Nikolai survives, but he gets shot. Dimitri was there but couldn't protect his father. So Nikolai gets angry and calls Dimitri weak and cowardly. Meanwhile, Rhino gets the news that everyone he sent to kill Nikolai is dead. Then Rhino's secretary tells Rhino that he found a pen drive in his room. They watch the CCTV footage of Kraven fighting in the Russian jail. Through this, they learn that Nikolai's son Sergei Kravenov is Kraven the Hunter. Then Rhino tells them to use someone named the Foreigner. The Foreigner has also been looking for Kraven for a long time. Then we see the Foreigner. The Foreigner was investigating in the Russian jail. Then a guard sees the Foreigner. When the guard aims his gun at the Foreigner says 1, 2, 3, and with super speed, takes the gun from the guard and goes behind the guard. Then he shoots the guard. Although it seems like the Foreigner did this at flash speed, he doesn't actually have any super speed power. The Foreigner hypnotizes the person in front of him for 10 seconds by looking into their eyes. This makes the person in front think that the Foreigner has come behind him with super speed. Anyway, then Kraven comes to meet Dimitri on Dimitri's birthday. Then they go to dinner to celebrate the birthday. There their father Nikolai joins them. Nikolai says that they should forget about the past and live together as a family. But Kraven doesn't talk to his father. After coming from the club, Kraven leaves Dimitri in his room. But Kraven couldn't sleep on the comfortable bed, so he goes out of the building and sleeps on the grass below. When he wakes up in the morning, Kraven returns to the building and sees that Dimitri is not in the room. And there's blood on Dimitri's bed. Going outside, he sees some people kidnapping Dimitri. Kraven jumps down from the building. Then he chases the car that took Dimitri for a long time. He tries to stop the car but fails. They put Dimitri in a helicopter. Then Kraven tries to stop the helicopter again. This scene reminds me of Captain America stopping the helicopter. But finally, they kidnap Dimitri. Then Kraven comes to Calypso to find out about the kidnappers. Kraven tells Calypso the details of the kidnappers' leaders. Calypso calls someone and asks to find that person. Kraven goes to his father and asks who kidnapped Dimitri. And what do they want in return? Nikolai says they have many enemies. The kidnappers want 20 million, but he won't give the money. If he gives the money, others will think he's weak, his power will decrease. And Dimitri's death is certain as soon as he's kidnapped. Kraven says Nikolai will be responsible if anything happens to Dimitri. Nikolai tells Kraven that Kraven has to take responsibility because Kraven left Dimitri alone when they were young. Meanwhile, Calypso gets the kidnapper's address from someone. But the person who gave this information also works for Rhino. After Calypso leaves, the Foreigner comes and says 1, 2, 3, hypnotizes him and kills him too. Calypso calls Kraven and tells him that the kidnapper's name is Omer Estimir. He can be found in a monastery in Turkey. Kraven leaves by plane to go there. Then he enters the monastery and after fighting for a while, catches Omer Estimir. Then someone shoots a missile from a distance at the monastery. Kraven sees the missile and jumps down from the building. Kraven realizes this is a trap. Dimitri is not here. Kraven asks Omer who trapped him. Omer says Rhino's name before dying. The broken parts of the building fall on them from above, but Kraven survives. He kills the rest of Rhino's men there. Then the Foreigner comes to the monastery and sees the poison dart from Kraven's weapon Rosary Peas. 2 policemen see him, he hypnotizes them and kills them and leaves. Meanwhile, Alexei, meaning Rhino, tells Dimitri that he was weak once, no one respected him. Then he met Professor Miles Warren, a biochemist from New York, who was working to increase human strength by 10 times. Alexei took part in the professor's experiment to make himself strong. He got Rhino's power from that experiment. Rhino tells Dmitri that Dmitri is not Nikolai's real son. He's the result of Nikolai's accident, and he's weak, so Nikolai never gave Dmitri the same respect or love as Kraven. Rhino tells Dmitri to join hands with him, but Dmitri refuses. Then his secretary tells him that Kraven is still alive. Hearing the sound of the elevator, everyone thinks Kraven has come. They aim their guns at the elevator, but then the foreigner comes there. Meanwhile, some people come to catch Calypso for joining hands with Kraven. Kraven sends a plane to save Calypso. Then Kraven takes Calypso back to his mother's property. Meanwhile, the foreigner says that his mentor, from whom he learned all this, was a great killer who was killed by a hunter. So he's been looking for the hunter for a long time. The foreigner finds Kraven's location through the poison from Kraven's rosary peas. Then Rhino comes to Kraven's area with Dmitri. Rhino calls Kraven and offers Dmitri and Kraven to join hands with him and become Nikolai's business partners. Kraven hangs up the call. Then Rhino sends his men to kill Kraven. Kraven gets ready and starts fighting. The fight goes on for a long time. Kraven was killing Rhino's men very brutally. Suddenly, a dart hits Kraven. Kraven starts seeing spiders all around him. Spiders are Kraven's nightmare. We only get a hint of Spider-Man in this scene. Then the foreigner hypnotizes Kraven and fires a few more darts. This dart has a poison that will make Kraven see nightmares first, then become paralyzed and then die slowly. Kraven tries to fight, but it's no use. His body becomes numb. When the foreigner is about to shoot Kraven after saying 1, 2, 3, Calypso comes and kills the foreigner with an arrow. Seeing Kraven dying, Calypso gives Kraven her granny's serum for the second time and saves him again. Rhino thinks Kraven is dead. Then they leave with Dmitri. Now that Nikolai has only one son left, he might agree to give the money. But on the way, many buffalo attack their car. Alexei transforms into Rhino. The fight between Kraven and Rhino starts. Rhino's body is very durable, so Kraven's knives break when he tries to attack Rhino. After getting beaten for a while, Kraven puts a big rod into Rhino's weak spot where the pipe is attached. This makes Rhino's condition worse. Kraven throws Rhino under the buffalo's feet. Then Kraven asks Rhino who gave him the footage from the Russian jail. Rhino says that even though Kraven is a hunter, he couldn't see what was happening right in front of him. Rhino says while dying that it would have been better if he hadn't met the Kravenov family. Then Rhino dies. Then Kraven goes to his father Nikolai. Here we learn another big twist of the movie. Kraven's father was the one who sent Rhino the footage of Kraven. Rhino's main target was Nikolai, but Nikolai couldn't defeat Rhino alone. So he trapped Kraven by putting him behind Rhino. And because of this trap, Dmitri could have died too. After these conversations, Kraven leaves. Then a bear comes there. Kraven has taken out the bullets from Nikolai's gun. By the time Nikolai takes out the bullets from his pocket and loads them, the bear attacks Nikolai. This kills Nikolai. A year passes after this incident. Kraven comes to meet Dmitri again on Dmitri's birthday. When he comes, he sees that Dmitri has now taken over his father Nikolai's crime business. Dmitri says he met a doctor in New York who helped him a lot and changed him. Kraven is surprised and asks Dmitri why he's following his father's path again. Dmitri then tells Kraven that even though Kraven thinks he's very good and different, he's just like their father. Worse than their father. Kraven also hunts for trophies like their father. Dmitri leaves and Kraven follows Dmitri. Then Dmitri takes Kraven's form. That doctor gave Dmitri the power of a chameleon, meaning Dmitri can now shape-shift. Dmitri tells Kraven to go home. Nikolai, meaning their father, has left something for Kraven there. Kraven goes home and finds a letter and a suit made from the skin of the Tsar lion that bit Kraven. Kraven puts it on and sits in a chair in the comic-accurate Kraven the Hunter style. The movie ends here. So, how did you like Kraven the Hunter? Was it really bad, or did people say it was bad without watching it because it's a Sony movie? Let me know your opinion in the comments. Let me know which movie explanation you want to see next. And if you like the explanation, please like, comment, and share. And to get more awesome explanations like this, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. Bye-bye.